Good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome everybody back to the Stephen Cartwright Show. Well, I'm sure glad to be back. I've been working on technical issues here with my show and trying to get it up and running smoothly. I still got a little ways to go, not much. You know, I'm not a computer genius or anything, but yeah. Today, I want to put this video out today, and I want to call it Black Women's Undoing, because they're definitely doing it to themselves. Uh, when it comes down even to children and a lot of the arguments that they're making and that they have made in the past, it's coming out to be very, very untrue, the claims that they're making. And the claims about them is becoming very, very true. About, why their success rate with black boys is so low and why black boys should be with their father. They even proving the point why the U.S. Supreme Court even did what they did. They're proving their point, and more needs to be done. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into Black Women's Undoing. I sit back and I watch them run, like I say, crazy news reports about how black men are not taking care of their children. The first thing they want to do, they want to go after the black men for child support and put them in jail. I just say they want to start, shooting black men again. I mean, hey, look, that's all I can get out of it, because they make the claim that black men, that fathers have crimes they committed against their children. They say a crime they committed against their children. And these men has not committed any type of crime against their children. That's a lie. But they're going to pick them up and take them to jail for child support. That ain't no crime. They did not commit. That is not a crime against your child. That is not a crime. Ladies and gentlemen, these are black women's undoing. I have reached the point with children that it is all about money. It ain't about raising that child. It's not about raising that child. It's not about the well-being and the welfare of the child. It's not. No, it's not. It's all about money and propaganda. And I say to men, we cannot continue to hope for something that we're not going to ever get unless we change. We cannot, and one of the best ways to affect change, and I'm going to say this over and over again, gentlemen, it's not that we should not continue to go along with black women and getting mean mugged into voting along with them. There's other things that we can most definitely get off into about that. I just want to throw that out there. All of this stuff is a part of black woman's undoing. We are the second. We are the second largest voting bloc, and I'm gonna leave that part at that. We shift. They're done. You know, that's something that I want the brothers to understand. You know, another thing about black women's undoing. Let me tell you something, and whether anybody know this or not, the Supreme Court was right to strip away Roe versus Wade. They were right. They were not wrong, because let me tell you something, gentlemen. You see things out here, how, you know, how the court system and women be going off in the courts of law, and how the people that you vote on the bench, on the benches, they will lie also. Some of the female judges, they'll go along with the woman just because it's the woman. They will. They'll go along with the women just because it's the women, and they give you hell by giving you custody of your sons. Men need to have primary custody of your sons. And you know, you hear things like unaliving black men. You know, this is the very reason why I simply believe that more needs to be done by law. Understand me, gentlemen. More needs to be done by law. And the Democrat Party, they're not going to do it. You know, us as people, we cannot afford not to have these conversations. Instead of us as men, especially black men, we must have these conversations like this here. But believe me, gentlemen, we have a lot to say. First, like, you know, I'm gonna get off into it. How all these men becoming gay. You know, that's why this is black woman's undoing. You know, hey, look, yeah, we paying attention. Like, I seen a little boy. You know, and I've always known things like this. Known things like this, that they would put makeup all over the little boys' faces. And they think it look cute. They think it looks good on them. Emasculating them while they're very, very young. But they won't put that stuff on their daughters like that, ladies and gentlemen. More needs to be done. That I'm going to tell you something else I believe that should not be done even through a woman's pregnancy. Let me tell you something. Ladies, you know, your body, your choice, that body inside of you ain't yours. That don't belong to you. I believe that doctors should be restricted by law from telling a woman what gender that she is carrying. I believe that should be restricted by law. I believe that the sites of sonograms should be restricted by law, because life should not be judged on its gender. Gentlemen, the Supreme Court was right. This is why they can talk about unaliving young what they call the divestment community. Dumbasses. Talk about unaliving young black boys before while they're in the womb, but keep the girls. That's why they can talk this stupid stuff. Black woman's undoing. They cannot be trusted to let the natural process of life take shape. They should not be allowed to watch. Another male creation that's turning his back on us, gentlemen. Gentlemen, we must stand up and have some backbone and stop talking all this crazy ass stuff. And just because, let me tell you something. I've always taught a lot of young people, just because you think that it doesn't apply to you, oh yes it does, or just because it don't apply to you directly, that don't mean it won't apply to you indirectly. Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the black women, the undoing, their cunning ways, their mouth, their stranglehold that they have in the courts must be brought down to an end, ladies and gentlemen. And we cannot always see whatever a lot of these people say as bad for us. We got, you have these simp men up out here. How they always gallibanging for the women. What if they were threatening to unalive your child? What if they put makeup all over your son's face? What if they out here changing the humanity of your daughter? Remember, that body don't belong to her. And I believe, simply believe, don't no court or nobody have no right, just like daughters should not be taken away from their mothers, men's sons should not be taken away from them. I am a staunch advocate of men having 100% custody after 4 years old of their sons. You want to go your own way, bye. You're not taking my son. And for us to go with my daughter, once she becomes a certain age, she is more than welcome to show up also. Oh.